Welcome back, guys, to Factorio Recursion. This is episode number 11. Last episode, we had a bit of an oil shortage while we were trying to make some high-end stuff, so today that's what we're going to do. First off, we're going to go take care of that and establish our first oil expansion, and we will be using the brand new fluid wagons, which I haven't used yet. They look pretty neat. Looks like they have 3 separate tanks. Oh, look at this. There's a little graphical user interface on them, so you can separate the tanks, I suppose, so that you can have 3 different fluids in there, or only 2. However you prefer. I did make some of the new pumps. And let's see, where is there a stop here? Yeah, I guess they are going to fit. I suppose we could fit 6 of them into a stop, but we will mess with that in just a minute. Let's head up there. Oh, but first, I have crafted the first piece of tech from our Power Armor Mk3 mod. I crafted the Night Vision Mark II, which supposedly is going to be a little bit better than Night Vision Mark I. So here's the normal Night Vision. Actually, this might be a bad time, because it looks like the night's about to run out. Okay, that's the normal one. Here's version 2. Oh, it just looks like daytime. Okay, that might be handy for some video making. Let's see, this guy, how's he doing? He's going to be there a while. All right, we can drive down the right-hand side. Okay, so yeah, we're going to be establishing a oil expansion. We're going to use this same very simple railroad network that we have right now. We won't be rebuilding it for a little while until we are like neck deep in level 3 modules, basically. Let's see, where are we even going? We're going up here to the top right. I suppose maybe the best way to do it is to follow the power poles, because I would have cleared out the trees while I was placing those, and then travel along the wall, our new perimeter, because I would have cleared that out as well. So I put down some radars, and they've been running a little while. We have a better idea. Oops, I almost drove right by it. We have a better idea of what our kind of expanded territory looks like. We have what looks like a nice bottleneck over here. If this might connect kind of like this is kind of a hunch. It might not. But it looks like we're going to have a decent bottleneck here. Looks like this is just a coastline. And then up here, maybe another bottleneck. So we might, well, we definitely will eventually take over this entire thing. But it will be easier to control. We got a nice bottleneck here as well. Just a little bit of an update, Reno. Okay, let's check out the dude. And let's grab these guys. Oh, this is so nice. Oh, I'm so glad they did this. Can I just run and... I guess you can just run around and paste them, but... have to be accurate with your placement. You can't be 50% on, but that is going to make it so much nicer for finding oil wells, making sure you hit all of them, particularly if there's a bunch of alien corpses, or if it's in the middle of a forest or something like that, just to make sure you didn't miss any. Okay, so I think I brought like 41. I think there's almost 30 there or something like that. We're going to connect those all with pipes. And then, tell you what, let's clear out some trees. Oh, okay. I'm just getting rid of some, I guess we're going to tech towards the rocket silo. Getting rid of some research that's not too tricky to do. Because we are not producing plastic, which means we are going to run out of red circuits, which means at a minimum, the blue science is going to be hard to do. We need to hook all that up to pipes, and then let's just sort of space it out so I know how much room we need. Grab those, and grab a bunch of these, and then basically mostly grab the railroads. So we'll have just some localized storage right about there. And then we will need the rail line heading back towards the left. Okay, and so let's just have it do a little loop-de-loop. And I'm not sure if we're going to need as much space for this one as we do for the other one. So maybe I will just have it go straight like that. And then we'll place down a stop. I don't have a blueprint for this, obviously, because this is the first time messing with this idea of a fluid wagon. Okay, and I don't have any kind of fuel for it, do I? I did not bring any. I suppose we can rob some from the car. Let's bring the car down. I will set up the pipes for the fuel pumps, or for the jacks up here. I will set that up off camera, because that's a bit tedious. Okay, what was I looking for? Turrets? No, fuel, right. Okay, so this is going to be... What did I name these other ones? outpost iron. This is going to be outpost oil. And by the time we need a second one, we will probably have updated to like a full-on outpost strategy, and I'll have like come up with a different naming scheme or whatever. But outpost oil, good. And let's see, it's going to be kind of greenish, right? Oh, that changes the stop. That's the first time I noticed that. I thought that was changing the trains. It's changing the stop color. Okay, so let's just have this guy. Give him the fuel line grabbed. All right, I want you to have that kind of sickly green color, like the oil. Not quite black. It's and then give you the outpost stop. There we go. And for now, just say time passed. Catch up with you. Okay, put you on manual, and I suppose for now we will use the same car length that we've used before. By default, they're all connected. That is really neat. I don't know for this base that I'll never ever need them connected, but that is pretty cool. Okay, then where are my pumps? I suppose we go ahead and we just, because we don't need to worry about balancers, right? We go ahead and we put down as many as we can fit. Okay, so all hooked up, and we're ready to see how fast it fills. I've laid down the rails to connect us back up to the base. We do have a little bit of a problem that I made this stop too close to our offshoot here. So there is a possibility of the oil train being held up by the iron train for like 20 seconds, but it's not very likely with our current setup. And we have, I also did a little bit of rail lane for some expansions. These guys are basically full already. Let's see how fast. And we're just going to sort of eyeball it, see how fast. Oh, now we see the values. Okay. And are all of these guys going? And are we using... Yeah, the looks like the pipes can't quite keep up with all these pumps. So maybe I add more lines in the future. Okay, let's see if this helps. Okay, is this... Yes, now the pipes are fuller. Okay, so let's try again. This is just sort of our beta test for the situation. We may as well hook them all up, I guess, to have as many, connections coming down as possible. And it's also possible that I will need a more thorough network. All of these guys are coming down through this one pump. But this line was never full, so I'm assuming that's okay. And the oil trains are only going to come every so often. Looks like they're almost full. So to each one of these, looks like each one of these has the equivalent storage capacity of one of these storage tanks. Storage tanks hold what, like, now they're empty, and I can't tell, but I think it's like 25K. And looks like that is indeed what the new values are. Okay, so we're going to leave him there for just a moment. I was thinking about driving him back, but then that would leave our car here. And this outpost is basically done. I don't think there's anything else I need to add to it. I've signaled everything up. We can just drive through and take a look at the signaling as we go back. And we'll have to do a similar drop-off point. And just have the pumps going the other way. Here's some really basic signaling of a T-junction, which I only did half of. It's more like a X-junction, just in case we need to go out that way sooner or later. And then just keep an eye out for the iron train so I don't get hit. We still have not expanded this road. Okay, looks like the iron train isn't here. But he might pass us on the other way. And I'm just going to try to run into as many things as possible. Many things as possible. All the way down here. Okay, so here's where the iron train is. I sort of put him in the first spot that was available. But there is room to run the other trains. So we're going to run the other train out around him. And down into this open area that doesn't have anything in it yet, I think, is a good idea. Well, here's the first candidate for the oil drop-off. I just noticed it's kind of far from our oil factory, though, so I'm going to try to manage to bring it all the way down here, which I think should be fine. I'm just going to have to do a little bit of weaving. The coal patch is still in the way. We're trying to get rid of it as fast as we can, but I'm only using coal so quickly. Oh, do I have to manually pick these guys up? I guess I do. Laid those guys out to space everything, but now I made a little blueprint of our initial pump design. What did I just pick up? Oh, that was the stop. Okay, good. Pick those guys up. Yeah, so we're going to have to do some underground belty stuff, which is no big deal. NBD. Right about there. Especially with the new extended length on the underground belts. Oh, such a cool change. Okay, good. And then that needs to come right down through here, so we'll need some underground belts as well for like there. And then we'll do these. Turn him like these. Yeah, like that. That's good. All right, time to let the trains go. Let's turn this guy onto automatic, and then we will also tell this guy to go onto automatic. He's already full. He should take off immediately. In fact, let's do it from here. Actually, we can... What's the best way to track him? Let's see. We're looking for this guy right now. I wanted to have the preview. Do I click that? Oh, yeah, that's what I'm looking for. So we can actually see what he's doing. I was looking for this little symbol. Toggle between map or camera view. Coming into the station. So I don't have pumps here forcing the oil out to the right. I don't know if that's going to be really necessary. I've had problems with pumps in the past and throughput when they can't pump enough through. These have been buffed and changed, so we'll just leave it the way it is for now. It's probably going to be fine. Okay, here we go. Oh, we've got a little connection graphic as they... Oh, are they only doing 3 pumps? So you see each of these tanks. I think only 3 of the pumps are actually working. Like only 3 out of 12. Because each of these tanks only has one of these little hoses. And I'm only seeing graphical displays or, you know, updates on 3 of them. So it looks like I way overbuilt this. Wow, you can only have 3 pumps. That's interesting. Well, I guess 3 pumps is going to be enough because our pipe is totally full. And this guy is slowly emptying out. I don't really need 2 trains. It's just nice to have 1 train here full while the other one goes to get more. Okay, so it looks like I will need to rebuild these with less pumps. And it seems like it just sort of randomly picks the 3 it wants to use. Like here, it's got this one, and I think this one. And maybe they're not being used as much because the pipes are now full. Let's go check up on our oil facility. Looks like the plastic's coming in. That is very good. Everybody is producing as well. Oh, yeah, research. Maybe it's about time. I don't know if I'm going to set this up yet, but eventually, using coal liquefaction, which is a new technology to change oil and coal and steam into heavy, light, and petroleum, that could be very useful. And you have a net gain of heavy oil. You put in 25, you get 35 out, plus the light oil and the petroleum. That's pretty cool. All right, well, production has picked back up. Our plastic has been increased. I increased the size of it. We need to double up or triple up our red circuit production. But before that, let's fiddle around with the nuclear power stuff. So we need to make some of these things. We need to make some centrifuge, which, centrifuges, what's the plural of centrifuge? I have no idea. Which splits uranium ore into uranium-235 and 238, okay. And then we need a reactor. I'm going to make 1 reactor because that's kind of expensive, 500 circuits. And then, oh, I thought I had enough for 5 of those. I don't. I am a few red circuits short. Well, oh, that's right. I have red circuits on my little thingy there. So they supplied it before I could even get to the chest. So I set up some of these guys for automatic production and also the old steam engine and boiler. And I noticed some similarities. I already noticed the similarity between these two. The steam turbine's obviously an upgraded version of the steam engine. And I noticed that these guys, the heat exchanger, looks just like the boiler. So the way I think it's going to work, I haven't actually tried it. Yes, okay. Uh-huh. Okay, so we've got these heat pipe guys, which I assume are going to connect... Oh, yeah, and okay. Like that. They're going to connect to this side of these guys, and they're going to transfer heat from our nuclear reactor. Oh, look at that. Yes, it does have little heat pipes. Oh, I was right. I was just theorizing as I was waiting for stuff to pick back up. But looks like water is going to come in through here and go to steam, and then we'll connect it to there. Look at this guy. Looks like a science fiction beholder. Okay, so what we need to do before we can do that is we need to start using our centrifuges to process all this uranium ore we have up here. So let's just I don't exactly know how many we need or anything like that, so let's just do this, see what our options are. Uranium processing. So that will... Oh, there's a percentage chance. Look at that. So we will have a percentage chance of getting either uranium or well, the two different types, but a very low percentage for... what was it? What was it called? 238. I forgot the number. And then we can also do nuclear fuel reprocessing for used up uranium fuel cells. And then Covarex enrichment. Okay, very interesting. All right, so we'll need to run a line. And then I'm assuming we're going to want some filter inserters. I guess filter stack inserters is fine. Yeah, okay. So let's run... I don't know how many to use, but whatever. Let's just go ahead and hook this up like this. And then input. Oh, I have to tell it what to do? All right, first thing we want to do is process that ore, buddy. Okay, do that. And then I suppose what we'll do is use our stack filter inserters, because I don't have normal filter inserters. I don't tend to use them. So we'll do something like this. And we'll tell one that I want you to filter, only pick out the 235. Like that. And this one, I only want you to pick out the 238, which I guess is the more common one. Yeah, okay, whatever. Just put those on the belts, and then what? Maybe we'll do something like this. Let's see, it's the bright green. For the bright green, we will bring the bright green up here. They are much rarer. And since they're so rare, I can probably just sideload them like that. And then they're all going to be on one side, so we will do something like this. All right, well, I made some more centrifuges because I noticed we had quite a bit of uranium-238, but no 235. I managed to make one uranium fuel cell, so I've only managed to get precisely one uranium-235. And I think we need to make use of this Covarex enrichment process. But for that, I need to save up 40 uranium. And I guess that's going to let me use up a lot of my excess 238, which is this stuff, which is no good. I mean, it's okay, but you only need some of it. We will need 19 of it for one fuel cell. But I'm making way more than 19 per one in that ratio. So I guess I just need to let this stuff process for a while and store up the 238 until we get enough 235 to actually produce more. Once I have 40 235s, I should be able to make a whole lot of 235s and use up some of my leftover stuff. And then from there, we can make a fuel cell. Oh, look, uranium ammo, which is made from uranium-238. Okay, I guess that's a different use for it. But I'm going to let that run a while. And then hopefully, eventually, we'll be able to do something with it. 2 little guys there. And hundreds of guys there. Yeah, that's going to take a while. So we need to scale that up, that production, quite a bit. And to do that, I've got my robots crafting some more of these guys. But one thing we really need to do is update our red circuit production. We're not keeping up with all the things that need red circuits. So what I think we'll do is we're going to do like a quick and dirty double up. So we're going to put this guy here. And I'm going to use my old blueprint. So I have this blueprint here. I could use my update planner and just tap it to update it. But I'm not sure if I've changed other things in here. So I'm actually just going to delete it this time. And select everything. And this guy is Badoop. He is the red circuit producer. Okay, red circuit producer online. Okay, then we'll just run up over here. And I will give you a label. There we go. Plop down this. Like that. And might have to resupply. This will do pretty good. We will also have to redesign our oil layout. Now that we're bringing in oil from outposts, we can scale up quite a bit our refining facility, but I will need to redesign that. We'll probably move it into a factory building Mark 3. Let's see, what are we low on? Or are the robots just not finished? Looks like I still have everything. What about stack and storage? Yep, long-handed, getting low. And you guys... Okay, so let's run out here. Get resupplied. Our speed modules are being crafted. I've got 16 speed module 3s now. And 14 efficiency modules for our Power Armor Mark 3. We need 20 of each. As soon as we get 20 of this thing, we're going to shut this whole thing down and reboot it. Just swap it over to the productivity modules. And then we'll start using those in all kinds of things, basically everywhere. What do you think you're missing? Speed modules? What did I put in here? Did I put speed modules? I did. Okay. So I don't have those on my person or whatever, and I haven't set up logistic slots for that. So let's just pick up like 150 or whatever. That should be enough. There we go. Okay, so the plastic needs to come in. We might have to move a few of these guys. Needs to come in there, in there. Can I walk through that diagonal? I cannot. And then let's turn on the inputs and outputs, actually. Yeah, I might need to move this a little bit because, let's see, we need green circuits coming in there and there. That's no big deal. The problem, I think, is the copper. Maybe we can do it if I split these guys off. In fact, I think maybe just the one belt is enough for both of these. So let's see, how do I want to do this? We will need to split that again. Quick and dirty solution. Yeah, okay, this is actually going to be okay. And then the outside. Let's see if I can turn... It seems that way because they're just sort of disappearing. Yes, lovely. And if I have to split those a different way, we can update that later. Plastic. I don't know if our past plastic production can keep up with 2 of these buildings. But we shall give it a go. It's going to be really messy. We're going to redesign all this stuff, I promise. In the fullness of time, actually, let's just do this. I just need to get these band-aids in place so we can, like, move on to, like, some final design stuff. As soon as we get that Power Armor Mark 3, and then we can start making productivity modules, we can start making some final layouts of things. Okay, so there's that. Then we need... okay, let's... give ourselves a little room here. Like that. And then we need to split off some green circuits. Kind of like that. Yeah, okay. And I am out of underground belts, and those guys are in a different building, so we'll have to run in here to grab some. Okay, where are they? They're up here. Boop, boop, and I think the other ones are fine. We're almost there. Let's grab long-handed inserters while I'm here. Good. I'm really excited to use that Power Armor Mark 3 because it's going to let us use more legs. That's the main thing that I'm excited about in this whole game is just run like the Road Runner, I guess. Okay, there's that. And do we need... Let's see. Let's look at the recipe real quick. This takes 2 electric... I think that's fine. So then I just need to be able to get... Can a underground belt stretch? I'm going to shut that off for just a second while I think about how I'm going to get the green circuits. Oh, I can do it like that. Okay, so as long as I get the green circuits there... Yeah. Okay, this will work. Okay. It's going to look ugly. We have taken our nicely organized, designed factory, and we've turned it into super duper spaghetti. Okay, so that should be all the things we need, right? Plastic, green circuits, and copper wire. Are we producing on this side now? Yes, we are. Okay, so then the output needs to be merged. The output is right here. Yoinks. Okay. Oh, it looks so ugly. That's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, fine. And put a splitter. Okay, we've doubled up our red circuit facility. It looks super bad. And not in a good way. I've got some random stuff on my person. Let's just dump some of this stuff in here. Okay, good. Okay, but yeah, we just doubled our production. That should help with all these things that require red circuits. In particular, all the way down here, our blue circuit area has been starved for red circuits for a while. Let's go check to see if we've gotten an additional bright green little glowy guy yet. Oh, we've got a couple. Nice. Okay, we're gonna need a lot of those. Maybe it's gonna take a while to get to this this nuclear stuff going, because it's gonna make way more sense to wait before we start making uranium fuel cells until we can make full use of Covarex enrichment, because otherwise we're gonna have like a ton of this stuff just sitting around doing nothing. And yeah, so I think that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna let it run. Looks like we have caught up with our backlog of stored uranium ore, so I guess it's time to hook these guys up. Do something like this. And, yeah, it doesn't really matter, I don't think. There we go. And run this guy all the way down here. And just link him into that. There we go. And I'm also going to scale this up into a factory, but we'll probably work on that next time. We've accomplished a lot of stuff. We've got an oil outpost. We've started processing our uranium ore. It's going to take a while before we can do anything with it. We've doubled up our red science. We did some other things. Next time, we should definitely have enough of these guys to make our Power Armor Mk3 and to play around with that. And we'll also have some other things to do as well. An endless supply of things to do. Hope you enjoyed the video. We'll see you next time. See you later. Bye-bye.